that boat with a... You're a person of destiny. There's a Caesar you've been called to stand before. There's a dream God put in your heart. It's not an option. God is. He told Paul that everyone sailing with him would be saved. Even Paul's enemies had the promise that
that's 1883. We born 1984.
She got pregnant with me in 83.
100 years ago.
he stood up and he said, this loss will not define us as a team.
Audible is a coming-of-age documentary set at the Maryland School for the Deaf, as students deal with the pressures of senior year and entering the hearing world. Director Matt Ogans had been in touch with the school for a decade before making Audible.
I took a lot of ASL classes leading up to production. You know, I tried to get into it, but yeah, I learned about being human from them and perseverance.
It's not what we go through.
I think really one thing that's not realized is that the deaf community has a culture, that we have schools, and that we are an incredibly diverse community who experiences things from all walks of life.
Actor and deaf activist Niall DeMarco served as an executive producer on the film.
My job was to continue to tell more of those deaf stories with an authentic point of view, and to make sure, of course, that we were seeing American Sign Language on screen, and that we were showcasing those cultural sensitivities which are so incredibly important to the deaf community and to our culture.
No matter how... of the murder and rape of a 19-year-old. His family says he did not commit those crimes. Reed received a stay of execution back in November of 2019. It says attorneys fought and continue to fight to overturn his conviction. A new evidentiary hearing is set for a 20-year-old murder case, and that's set for July 19th.
Free James.
Present was put on by the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, which will have had 9,400 people naturalized in 170 ceremonies by July 7th, since starting back on June 30th.
Here locally, all 17 children were under the age of 14 and come from a variety of countries: Afghanistan, Singapore, Vietnam, all over the world.
I don't quite understand exactly what the value is now, but in the future, the introduction into America. I appreciate in the future the introduction into America.
During the fiscal year 2020, the organization naturalized over 600,000 people.
Wow, that's amazing. You're right. Look, Lady Liberty right there.
Samples and testing them for any contamination, and guess what? They found some. Even though the COVID-19 pandemic may have kept many Texans indoors last year, that actually doesn't mean the beaches got any cleaner. In fact, according to an analysis by the Environment Texas Research and Policy Center,
COVID response homeless resource hub is moving to Corazon, San Antonio, which is located at 504 Avenue E on the campus of the Grace Lutheran Church. Corazon, San Antonio was founded in 1999 and provides meals, clothing, hygiene items, access to primary medical care, and much more. The new center hopes to make an even bigger impact.
This is going to be more of a day resource hub for meals, for respite, for case management, and for street outreach.
On Friday, we did transition the San Fernando hub, and we partnered with Corazon Ministry to make
partners to operate the resource hub. The city's downtown resource hub has provided information on COVID-19, ID recovery, clothing, and much more. Now Authority, since March after it became stuck for 6 days. The Authority originally asked for $900 million for lost revenue, among other things. The price tag was later lowered to $550 million. No details of the settlement have been provided.
It's told to leave because an engineer
Artisan for all to enjoy. In total, 19 decorated barges floated down the river, and it looks like they were able to avoid the rain, Sarah.
the rain yesterday was address homelessness by ourselves, and the fact that community to take this on more long term, that's what it's about.
Corazon San Antonio was founded in 1999 and provides different resources to the community.
We had a day center from 1999 to 2008, very similar to what we are reopening today. That closed when Haydenford opened because they wanted to consolidate all services into one location.
At this resource hub, they will be providing meals, access to showers, and case managers will be available.
Case management for street outreach, so if people need to receive ID recovery or access to different various forms of transitional housing.
We know folks are going to come in for food. That's an opportunity for engagement. That's an opportunity to assess their needs, talk to them, build rapport, build trust.
A history of horror has earned it the nickname Killer Capital USA.
A town curse reaches across the centuries in the Netflix movie series Fear Street.
I'm going to be really happy to see these movies. There are a lot of Fear Street fans out there. I feel like